No One Lives. They should have called this movie No One in the Theater. I had to work that joke in, sorry. Everybody, just got back from watching No One Lives, starring Luke Evans and directed by Ryuhei Kitamura. Hopefully I got that right. He did the movie Midnight Meat Train, and he also made a movie called Versus. You might have heard of those two films. But this film, No One Lives, basically it's your old typical horror story. Guy and a girl traveling cross country. They wind up running across some locals that are bad news. And then, when the locals go to torture them or do their thing to them, it's revealed basically that Luke Evans, the main character in the movie, is like just a Billy badass. He's like a total anti-hero, crazy mother effer. Basically, the bad guys bite off more than they could chew. And, no one lives. You get the gist of the film, from the title. He just takes it to him, basically. The thing is, this guy, Luke Evans, he's going to be the next Dracula. Supposedly, he's going to be the Crow also in the next Crow movie. When I was looking on his page here, he's going to be in the next Hobbit movies. We're going to be seeing a lot more of his face. And he is actually the best part of this movie because the way he portrays this character, the character's pretty mysterious, but it's just hilarious. He does it with a straight face and all this ridiculous dialogue that he has. A few of the lines are great. There's one part, I don't want to ruin it by saying the dialogue, but I was thinking that was probably the best line in the movie when he describes, his mental state to one of the bad guys. But the problem is with this movie is everything else is wrong with it. He's good. It's, a basic concept. He's good, but the rest of the movie is just a mess. First of all, let me touch on a couple things that are a mess. And, this is produced by the WWE, and I know they just make these movies. They probably market them on their wrestling shows, and they make a profit, so they're not paying much to be made. But, God, the practical effects on this movie were so horrible. There's a scene where he's strangling the girl in a choke, and you can totally tell it's a prosthetic all around her neck. And then there's just some of the FX is okay, but then there's another scene with like a sickle comes through the chest, and it totally fake looking. Some of the FX is okay, some of it's off the mark, but I was just like, God, how do they allow this in the movie? Just, especially a low-budget movie like this, you want to make up for the bad acting and everything else with at least some decent effects, because whatever. And then just the rest of the characters, the dialogue between the characters is just, they live in this unnatural world, and it's not really just bad acting, it's just like bad dialogue. There's a part when you get to this part, the movie kind of jumps the shark totally. It was going downhill already, but there's a part where two girls get in a fight, and you're just like, ridiculous, totally stupid. But yeah, so there's a lot wrong with the movie. Luke Evans' performance is the shining star of the film, even though it's implausible. They took it way too far over the top, and they could have thrown in some better kills. It does have a lot of gore, but they could have thrown in some better kills. So I'm going to give the movie actually a 2.5 out of 5. And the only reason it's getting the 2.5 is because I like the character of the bad guy. I like that they put a face on, well, he's not the bad guy, he's the good guy, but it's like, he's an anti-hero. So that part was cool. I like that concept and the character. That part was done well. Everything else, meh, horrible. The ending was all right. But yeah, 2.5 out of 5. I don't think you should see it till it comes on rental. Because people ask me if I should go to the theater, should I watch a movie? Rent this one. It's not worth seeing in the theater. All right, guys, take care. See you next time.